everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and today I'm sharing with you another grungy page in my True to Life Junk Journal. I made this at the beginning of the month of January, this book, and on the front it has my word for the year, which is serenity, and I have been trying to work in this journal a little bit in the morning every day, listening to quiet music and trying to make something in the journal. And of course, over in our art community at Art Joy of Sharing, the theme for January 2022 is grunge revival. And so I've been trying to make some grungy stuff. Not everything that I've made has been really fitting in that category, but hey, it's a junk journal. That's already grunge, right? And so these two pages, one of them is a box from, I think, probably hot tamales, cinnamon candy. That's just been opened up, and I just like sewed it in right in there. And then the other one is some palette paper, and it actually becomes a little bit prob. Oh my gosh, it becomes a problem. I wanted to say problematic. There we go. Gosh, could not say it. Because it has that coating of plastic on the paper in order to make it into a palette. That's its purpose, is to try to keep acrylic or whatever medium you're using moist. And I don't know. If you put heat onto that piece of paper, and this is the plastic side out, by the way, yeah, it becomes a little bit of a problem. I didn't think about that when I sewed it in there. I was just looking for junky paper to sew into my junk journal. So how I started was I put some heavy white gesso on the page with a palette knife, which is a good way to get something a little bit messy and grungy and industrial looking, is to use a palette knife. I got some paint, and the paint is actually from these Snillier abstract writers. I found them and put them in a basket, and they've just kind of been sitting there, and I've forgotten about them. So I wanted to get them out and use them. So I've been obsessed with pink and orange. I think that it has to do with my need for things to warm back up and be summer again. And so I grabbed the pink and the orange. That seems to be all I want to play with right now. It's a thing. And I just scrape. Oh, before I put the paint on, I scraped with a skewer into the heavy gesso to get it to be like a little bit even more scratchy and have a little bit of texture, so that when I applied the paint with a palette knife, it also scratched over that grungy background and made it bumpy and textury. I know that you can see the visual texture, but it actually does have physical texture as well. So then the next thing I did was I grabbed some scraps, still laying in the basket next to me on the table that haven't been put away, and I cut them into circles, circle shapes, because I was thinking about my new membership to my channel, and what it's called is Shel's Circle. And the reason that I called it that, for one thing, it kind of goes together. Shel's Circle, same type of letters starting at the beginning. But I think about all of you out there. You know, I've got 20,000 plus people subscribe to my channel, and some of you really interact with me a lot. Like you comment a lot, or you come to the live streams over on the other channel, or you're in the art community with us in Art Joy of Sharing, and you're supportive. You're doing all the things that help the channel by commenting and subscribing. Some of you donate to my PayPal donation button. You people that are really interacting with me are my core group of people, the people that I talk to in comments almost every day. Some of you really tell me about your life, about your real life. And so those are the people that I collect close to my heart, that I want to really be in my circle. And so I expect that those will be the people that would sign up for my channel membership. I mean, if you're already interacting with me a lot and you're already here a lot and commenting in the group, the art community, and we're friends, right? We're friends. I mean, we don't know each other. You wouldn't recognize me on the street. I wouldn't recognize you, but yet I feel like over the internet and with this magical thing that happens, I feel close to people that I've never met. And I find that fascinating. And so that's what this page was about was I don't know, these are happy colors. I used collage that was circle shaped because shape to me seems inclusive, seems enclosing. And yeah, that's what I was all about for this page. That's the reason that I made it, or what I was thinking about when I made it. I am using some of those paints that have been sitting around and I need to use up. And I don't know if that other video's come out yet. Yeah, I think you guys have already seen the other video where I made painting papers with these same pink and orange and paints that are, I need to use them up. So I've got stencils. I've got a lot of different stencils that have circular shapes. I've got a few flower stencils out because my garden is blooming with friends, with people that I connect with wherever you are, whether you're in another state, whether you're in another country. Yeah, my circle, my circle of friends, my circle of people who are interested in the same thing that I'm interested in and want to do the same things that I want to do, which in my real life, I don't have a lot of those type of friends. Peg is really my only real life friend that I've met in real life, even though we've only met once, that I feel like is a personal friend that I know that likes art. Every other person that I know, my family, my other best friend, they like art, but they don't do art. And as far as my personal actual family, they really have no idea what I'm doing when I'm in that room or when I'm over here editing video. They don't know. I mean, they have an idea of, okay, you're an artist and you're making art videos, but as to what that means to me or to any of you, they don't know. So that's what this page is about. I did get out some contrasting color. So if you look at the warm spectrum on your color wheel, and if you guys don't have one, you should get one. And you see the oranges and pinks on one side, and then you look straight across, you'll see greens and blues and teals, right? So I was going for some contrast, so I got out my Faber-Castell artist pit pins. These are India ink in a felt brush tip pen, which is super handy. And if the paper is, I'm drawing over acrylic ink. I mean acrylic paint right now, right? So the surface that I'm currently working on is sealed. It's non-porous. It has no absorbency. So if you're using these pens on a surface like that, you have time in which you can blend. So I've got my brush pen that has water in it, water tank brush basically. It's like a synthetic brush on the end of a water tank, and I can blend out this type of marker. But yet, once it's dry, once that water dries, it will be permanent. So that's a nice feature of these pet artist brush pens. They come in fat pens that are called, I think, stamper pens or something. And then they also come in these smaller ones. And if you are looking for them, you can find them on my Shel C PaperOcotilloStudio Amazon store. They're over there because I do use them a lot. So now I've got back out those Sennelier acrylic writers again. This is basically just medium viscosity acrylic paint in a little tube that has a tip on it so you can write with it. I don't know what I thought I was getting when I bought these, but that's definitely what they are. They're acrylic paint in a different type of container. So Sennelier is the brand, and it's high. It's a good quality paint. So they're fun to make dots and write with, but that's about all it is. Then I've also got these fine liner bottles, and I'm having trouble with my fine liner bottle. It's being a jerk. It's not clogged, so that means that the thin acrylic paint that I have on the inside, which is golden high flow titanium white, is got chunks in it, and I need to clean it all out and soak it and just get it all completely clean and put new fresh acrylic ink in there, which I will do. But fine liner bottles are fun. You can make marks with them, and then it has a little needle that when you put the bottle back together, the little needle in the cap goes down inside that long tip of the fine tip and keeps it clear. But since it was since the problem is not the needle's clear, but the paint inside is, yeah, anyway. So I made some marks. I decided to do a little bit of dripping by getting that paint wet and letting it drip. And then I just left this whole thing to dry overnight because I had to go make dinner or something or breakfast. I don't know. I had someplace to be. So the next day I came back, I'm like, this thing does not have enough contrast. There's just not enough contrast. You can't see the circles anymore. All you see is pink and orange, and that's fun, but I need to see the circles. So I got out an Inktense pencil in an indigo color, which is a dark blue. Um, you might argue that it's Payne's gray. I'm not sure. But at any rate, it's dark. It's dark blue. And I think this is an awesome way to not use black because didn't want black. I wanted something happier than black. So I just took that pencil and I drew around the circles where I wanted the shapes to be. And then because this is Inktense, it's a unique kind of a watercolor pencil. It reacts to water, but once you've activated it with the water, once it's dry, it's permanent. It's a really strange thing. It's pretty awesome. So once that was all dry, that's not going anywhere anymore. And that's something that I like about the Inktense pencils. They're made by Derwent. Again, you can go look at my Amazon store and you'll find them there. So then I grabbed a set of alphabet stamps. These are from Stampin' Up. They are discontinued, but you can probably find them on eBay. People sell discontinued stamps. I think they're called, I'm going to say they're called collage alphabet. But it's pretending like you're making a ransom note or something. They're all different and they're kind of scratchy and grungy looking. And remember, we're doing grungy revivals, so perfect alphabet for grunge. So I stamped Shel Circle on there with a StazOn midnight blue ink. And then this last little bit, I'm doing some marks and splatters with my white Posca pen. And this is acrylic paint pen, which Posca pens are awesome. They're just awesome, aren't they? This one is the fine tip, not the extra fine, not the medium. They have a lot of different ones. They have a lot of different widths of pens. And my favorite is the fine tip, which I buy in packs of 3 at a time on Amazon. So marks, tracing, whatever. And this page is done. I did go around the edges with the ink and make it a little bit more grungy around the edges and kind of make a frame. So that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this one, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, a question. Subscribe to the channel. Sign up for the channel membership. Whatever you want to do, join my circle. That's it for me. Bye-bye.